Hello and welcome to Wisdom Trek. This is Guthrie Chamberlain and I am your guide to wisdom. This is day 5 of our trek as we continue to investigate the tools needed for a successful wisdom trek. Today we are recording our podcast from our studio in Home 2 in Charlotte, North Carolina. The pleasant weather continues and my desire is that I could really be outside on a trek through the North Carolina mountains. But duty and responsibilities must be my priority. If you'd like to know more about Wisdom Trek or me personally, please go to wisdom-trek.com/about Wisdom Trek. We are continuing to consider the tools or equipment that we need in order to ensure and enjoy our Wisdom Trek. On day 2 of our trek, I challenge you to visualize your life as a wheel or bicycle tire, with love being the hub of that wheel and the remaining tools or attributes are the spokes stemming from that perfect round hub. So far, we have inserted the spokes of joy and peace. If you've not taken time to listen to those previous podcast episodes, I would encourage you to do so. During the first 2 weeks of our podcast, the nuggets of wisdom that we will consume will build on each other and lay out the foundation of living an abundant life while we're creating a living legacy. The remaining spokes of our wheel, or as in our second analogy, the tools in our backpack, are patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. These attributes are referred to in the Bible as the fruit of the Spirit that should be manifested in our lives in the same manner as apple trees produce apples. Healthy and abundant fruit is an outward indication of a healthy tree. In the same manner, if we are living a healthy and abundant life, then we should be producing the fruit of the Spirit in our lives. I grew up on an apple orchard, and an interesting aspect of producing a healthy crop of apples, or any other type of fruit, is that it requires that the less healthy branches be pruned from the trees so that the healthy ones can utilize the available resources, which will allow it to grow, to thrive, and to produce more abundant fruit. In the same way, we need to continually prune the less healthy habits or practices in our lives so that the healthy habits can grow strong and more vibrant, and that way we can live a life fully and create a living legacy. Today, we look at the tool, the spoke or attribute of patience. As we consider patience today, we must realize that this may be one of the hardest attributes to instill into our lives. We all lack patience in certain areas of life, and if we allow impatience to grow, it will poison all the other attributes. The lack of patience may manifest itself while driving, waiting in line at a store, or with ourselves as we are attempting to some task or obligation that is not going as planned. I have certainly been guilty at times of being impatient in all these situations, and I continually have to guard against it. I know this may sound harsh, but impatience boils down to selfishness. We feel that our time, our resources, or ourselves are more important than someone else's. What we need to realize is that patience is power. Patience is not the absence of action, rather it is timing. It waits on the right time to act for the right principles and in the right way. A patient person is a strong person. As it says in Proverbs 25:15, patience can persuade a prince and soft speech can break bones. As Joyce Meyer said, patience isn't the ability to wait, it's how you behave while waiting. As we learn patience along our trek in life, we will become stronger and gain endurance. Endurance will allow us to succeed long term. Using our trek analogy, if we're going to hike up a tall mountain trail, it would be foolish to think that we would succeed sooner by being impatient and trying to sprint to the top. As with life, any long, hard trek requires patient endurance if we want to reach the summit. Jean de la Bure put it this way: there is no road too long to a man who advances deliberately and without undue haste. There are no honors too distant to a man who prepares himself for them with patience. Life does not always turn out as we had planned it. We have to be patient, trek one day at a time. All we have is today. So let us not be overly anxious for what we do not have. If we're going to succeed and provide lasting value to others, then we need to patiently wait and allow others to live a life at the pace that may be different than ours. We all have strengths and weaknesses. Yes, I know I do, and so do you. Our weaknesses may cause others to be impatient with us. So as it is written in Ephesians 4:12, always be humble and gentle, be patient with each other, making allowances for each other's faults because of your love. One of the hardest principles to implement is to be patient with ourselves. So much of our frustrations in life and with others is that we are impatient and really upset with ourselves. Or it may be put, be patient enough to give yourself a chance to have something real. Don't let frustrations have you rushing into things. If you desire to make changes in your life, To gain more patience, we have a free PDF resource called The 5 Steps of Becoming More Patient. And those 5 steps are: why are you impatient? Writing it down, overcoming impatience, seeing the big pictures, and stepping back. It lays out a plan to assist you in recognizing when and why you are impatient, with some easy steps to follow to overcoming the obstacles or triggers. Also on the PDF are 12 tips and 2 warnings that will help you to become more patient. If you're interested in a copy of this, please go to wisdom-trek.com/resources to download your free copy. Using our wheel analogy, today let us make sure that our spoke of patience is securely fastened along with peace and joy into the hub of love. Let us consciously place the tool of patience into the backpack of love. It is very difficult to be patient with ourselves and others. But if we have the fertile soil of love in our lives, and we are pruning out the negative habits, then we can learn to be more understanding and accepting of situations, others, and ourselves when they are not as we desire or expect. Every farmer knows that they can't sow and reap on the same day. There's a timetable for your harvest that requires both working and waiting. Patience is a small price to pay for what you'll receive. So take one day at a time, for today is all we have. That'll finish our podcast for today. Tomorrow we will inspect the tool or attribute of kindness and how it can dramatically impact the lives of everyone we meet. Please check into camp tomorrow for another day of Wisdom Trek, creating a legacy. I encourage you to leave a discussion topic, comment, suggestion, or question in the comment form on wisdom-trek.com/day5 or email me at guthrie@venturescg.com. If you have not done so already, please take the time to visit iTunes, Stitcher, or your Android player and subscribe to Wisdom Trek so it will be available for you every day automatically. We also have a subscribe to podcast page on wisdom-trek.com. Please leave us a rating for each episode. We really would appreciate that, and spread the word to everyone you know to join us on our Wisdom Trek. I do want to mention that the podcast that you listen to each day is very similar in nature to the journal entries, but you may want to review the journal entries as they include pictures, tweetable sayings, and free download PDF documents or tools that will be helpful along our journey. You can access those tools from the free resources page on wisdom-trek.com. As we take this trek together, let us always live abundantly or fully, love unconditionally, listen intentionally, learn continuously, lend generously, lead with integrity, leave a living legacy each day. This is Guthrie Chamberlain reminding you to keep moving forward, enjoy the journey, and create a great day. See you tomorrow.